Hello!
Back in the mid to late 1990s, little playsets were all the rage amongst toys, as in those ones where it's like a character's face and you open it up and inside's a little diorama and tiny wee figurines, all that kind of thing. Micro Machines made a lot of them. They had the Star Wars license and various other things, so they were popular. Polly Pocket was big, of course, for the girls' market. And here's a thing, friends. Bluebird Toys, who made Polly Pocket, also produced some licensed properties too. Spider-Man, X-Men, Incredible Hulk, all your Marvel stuff. They also had Batman, interestingly, The Muppets, but also some interestingly more British-centric stuff. They did a couple of sets based on Wallace and Gromit. Yep, wish I had those. They're worth a fortune now. But they also made this.
Exasperate! Extrapolate!
Yep, it's a Doctor Who themed set. Now, this might not seem weird to you because, you know, Doctor Who's a massive thing and has been since the 1960s, hasn't it? But not quite, for you see, it was off the air, effectively cancelled, between 1989 and 2005. That's why all the sort of 2005 onward ones feel a bit different, because it's kind of a continuation, but like sort of a reboot. I don't know. Look, ask your local Doctor Who man. He's the one with the scarf. He'll be able to tell you more. But here's the thing. This was released in 1997. So, Doctor Who had been off the air for 8 years. And so were kids really into this? I don't know. And it sort of proves the longevity of Doctor Who in that it hadn't been on television for bloody ages, and yet still they licensed and made a nifty playset style toy. And as you can probably tell, it's based on a Dalek, isn't it? Everybody knows what the Daleks look like. They look like this, in case you didn't know. I hope that helps. They're not usually that extended backwards and then more round, but let's not worry about that. And I'm pretty sure the plunger's too long. Look, I'm just getting finicky with Daleks now. Let's just get on with it. I've never been like the biggest Doctor Who fan. I do enjoy a bit of Doctor Who, but I can remember watching the Peter Davison stories when I was about 6 years old and not really understanding any of it. I got far more into it in the Sylvester McCoy years. I'm trying to think of my favourite story. Probably The Happiness Patrol. I definitely remember watching that. That's the one where the villain is like a murderous cyborg Billy Bassett. I'm not going to explain Billy Bassett here. Google it if you don't know. It's one of the weirdest things going. I think that's what I like about Doctor Who. It doesn't really shy away from doing some of the strangest ideas on television. And I'll be honest, I don't think it always does them very well, but, you know, it's a thing, isn't it? And obviously it's been massively popular since the 2005 reboot, as we have been saying. So, let's see what's inside this Dalek. I think canonically it's like a horrible octopus blob with an eye on it, because the Daleks are like the little things that live inside, and there's like a tank they drive around in. And now, everyone, let's all do the joke about how they can't get upstairs. Hey, look, it's got wheels. I'll bet they can't get up the stairs. Haha, they can fly. Feels so good to nip that one in the bud. Right, let's pull the plunger off. There we are, marvellous. I swear that's too long. Anyway, here's the important thing, folks. What is inside? Oh, hang on, you open it like that, don't you? Oh, nearly destroyed everything. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this madness. So, you've got some sort of mad doctor's laboratory thing going on here, which I think is being operated by Davros, the hideous, monstrous creator of the Daleks, who is under this. We'll get to that in a minute. There's a ramp that comes down. There's another little ramp. Look, leave that one down there. And a couple of action features as well. But most importantly... Oh, hang on. The plunger goes in there like that. See, it's a giant plunger gun now. Just what the universe fears the most. And there's this tiny little Dalek boy. Look. Look how small he is. And he's got a little ball bearing in so he can roll around. I kind of love this thing. So I actually had one of these. I bought it back when they were released in like 1997. The excellent Elliot of the Retro Future found one in a charity shop and has passed it on, and here we are. So, here's what the Dalek does. Goes down the ramps. Ready, steady. Oh, hang on, I've knocked that over. Take two. Ready, steady. Oh. Going to go down the little one as well. Yep, there we are. So, let's have a quick look at the bottom before we look at the top. I hope you enjoyed that. There's lots of little consoles. And there's a big button. We'll get to that in a moment. Right, you go over there, Daleki, because we must open the TARDIS. TARDIS, of course, stands for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. Or is it Dimensions? I think Dimension, yeah. Tell me in the comments. I'm sure you all have already. But yeah, the idea is that's the Doctor's time machine. You all know what Doctor Who is. I'm sure you do. Yeah, here we go. It's always interesting, they say, the relative dimension in space, because, of course, if you actually did travel forward in time, like 10 minutes or something, the Earth would have moved and you wouldn't have done, and that would probably incur you space-related death problems. Anyway, which Doctor is it? I think we all know. Oh, yes. Tom the Piper's son. It is Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. Let's have a look at him up close there. That's the stuff. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. With his sonic screwdriver. Well, it doesn't look like a sonic screwdriver, really, does it? It looks more like... Well, to be honest, it just looks like a microphone. I don't know why they've made his sonic screwdriver look like either a microphone or a robotic chicken drumstick he's about to take a bite of. But there we are. There he is. Looking all not really like anyone because it's too small to have any particular detail. But let's not worry about that. One last thing we must look at. Well, let's look at the TARDIS first. Tell you what. There we are. It's inside here. And you can see the circles on the doors, and there's some detail on the inside there of the console, which is like a circular thing with a big thing in it that goes up and down. Technical terms there. I hope you enjoyed them. And at the top, there he is. The Evilton himself. Davros under this serving hatch, because at this stage I think Davros is only a head or something. I don't know. The story of Davros is a weird one. He started off where like he was still sort of human, but I think he might have had a hand missing or something, I'm not sure, but he like had this big Professor X style wheelchair, but it was like the bottom of a Dalek, and then later he was just like a head that was left or something, and then I don't know, maybe he was just a nose like in that old Sleeper film. I genuinely can't remember. But hey, the thing about Doctor Who is it's always going back and re-retconning itself, and goodness knows what's going on with the continuity. So there's probably 15 new Davroses by now, and they're all, I don't know, flower arrangers? That seems statistically unlikely, actually, but it would be an interesting way to go with the series. So, action features then. Well, let's watch the Roly-Kin Dalek again, because it's great. Ready? Steady? Eep. Eep. Oh, marvellous.
Exacerbate! Exaggerate!
Oh, good old Daleks. Right, you stand there, and then he can fire his massive plunger cannon, which you will notice is not actually in any way sprung or anything. You basically have to point at what you want to kill and flick it. Ready? Okay, I'll flick it a bit harder. Ready? Steady? Yay! Bit crap that, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it's sort of too long and it needs some sort of spring mechanism, I think. But there we go. It's easier to make like that, I suppose. Can we get a shot of... there he is, close-up Davros. We don't need no paint, we're the evil Daleks. And there he is, Tom Baker himself. But wait! What is the 4th Doctor about to do? Take care of the evil Dalek before he can fire his giant plunger cannon by pressing this button remotely with his microphone or whatever. Wait for it. Way! I like the detailing under the exploded floor, incidentally. That's quite nifty. There we are, little action features. You always got them on things like this, and I must say, it does quite a good job. But yeah, I can't get over the fact that the sonic screwdriver is quite clearly some sort of microphone. I don't really understand it as these things go. He looks like he's going to drop some god-awful 80s rap song, possibly even an educational one, you know, like telling children to stay in school or something.
I'm Doctor Who, and I'm here to say, remember kids, that crime don't pay.
Yeah, but your name isn't Doctor Who, is it? It's the Doctor. Well, in fact, I think that's just what you refer to, like your name is a big secret. Doctor Who is just the name of the series, you know, sort of alluding to the mystery of, ooh, who is the Doctor?
You don't seem to know that in my 60s movie, my name was Doctor Who, and it was really groovy.
Yes, I am aware of the 2 films of the 1960s where Peter Cushing played Doctor Who, as in like a human character called Doctor Who, but they're completely non-canon. They were effectively just kind of a way to cash in on the popularity of the Daleks at the time. They have nothing to do with the actual series continuity whatsoever.
Fuck off!
Right, that's enough of that. Terrible Tom Baker impersonation too. The accent was completely off. Anyway, I suppose we'd better look at the packaging, for I do have it. But I thought I'd show it to you last, because if not, it gives away all the stuff that's inside. Here we are with... oh, it's a bit big. Hang on, I'm going to have to fiddle with the camera. There we are. I don't know if you can make that out, but it says Doctor Who in the Domain of the Daleks, which sounds like quite a cool name for one of the TV show serials, but there we are. Dalek! Closed play case becomes realistic 3D Dalek. Can it be realistic if the thing itself doesn't exist? Well, I suppose they do exist as props. Oh, who knows? I'll tell you my important thing. We don't care. Right. On the back, it doesn't actually show you the other ones you can buy. It just says, look out for other micro superstars, including the X-Men collection. Okay then. So yes, in the domain of the Daleks, the TARDIS has materialised aboard a Dalek battle cruiser. Can the Doctor stop Davros and the Daleks from achieving universal domination? Probably. Bursting from the TARDIS, the Doctor is confronted by Davros, several feet above his head. Doctor Who is pursued down the ramp by the Dalek. Doctor Who pushes button and floor explodes. This is written oddly, isn't it? Doctor Who pushes button and floor explodes. Okay then. Jettisoning Dalek into oblivion. What? Come on. Realistically, he'd jettison him into... I mean, maybe Skyrim, but probably Starfield these days. The Daleks fire at the Doctor as he makes his escape. There we are. And there is a weirdly prototype version of it here where nothing's painted. Look, there's whole areas of it, just white plastic. And there's a totally different colour scheme there for the old Fourth Doctor figure. When you actually get it in camera. It's different, isn't it? I think that colour scheme's better, to be honest, but the other one's not bad. Not bad at all. Well, there we are. That is an interesting little bit of history. I mean, back when, really, it was only Dapol, the company making sort of odd little 3 3/4 inch Doctor Who figures that we've covered on this channel before. Yeah, they sort of kept Doctor Who going during, I was going to say the fallow years, it was kind of the dead years, really. But it's just interesting that they did release this thing, which is so obviously sort of aimed at children as opposed to a collector's market. But there we go. What do you have to say, tiny little Dalek?
Expatriate! Exfoliate! Like and subscribe! Like and subscribe! Ring the bell! Ring the bell! It's just a prank, bro! A social experiment! My species is incapable of apology, as we lack the necessary limbs to play the ukulele.
Subscribe for more.